Lo, la, los, las, le, se, me, te, nos. Sound familiar? These are pronouns. Welcome to the pronouns workshop, and these little words drive students crazy. They're so hard because they're so different than in English. Different rules, different places where you put them, everything. But these little words are everywhere and very important, so you have to understand them. We're going to explain it and simplify it to you right here in this workshop. Hope you enjoy, and at the end, stay tuned. We'll share with you some free resources to help you improve your pronouns as well as information about our program. So check it out. Pronouns. Let's go. Vámonos. All right. Hola, amigos. We have, I see a few people in. Bruce. Hola, Bruce.
Hello.
Howdy. Bienvenido. Welcome, welcome. We got Galaxy S7. Hola.
Hola, es mío.
¿Cómo te llamas?
Patricia.
Patricia.
Sí, Trish.
Muy bien. And Sandy. Hola, Sandy.
Hola.
Bienvenida. All right. Welcome, welcome. So welcome Pronouns Workshop, you guys. I'm sure absolutely that people will trickle in. So we'll just kind of start things off slowly, let them trickle, and then we'll really kick things off. So while we're waiting, why don't you guys all say hello in the chat? Just so that I know everyone knows where the chat is. Okay, so just say hola in the chat. Allison says hola. Hola, Allison. You didn't get enough. You didn't get enough for the day. You're a glutton for punishment.
Nope. Sí.
Uh-huh.
Después necesito carne.
Yeah.
Oh.
Vas a necesitar un tinto y un asado. All right. Sandy says hola. Bruce says hola. Allison says hola. And Patricia, waiting on Patricia. Are you finding the chat, Patricia? There she got it. Okay, cool. We got everyone saying hello. All right. And now next, everybody say where you are, just say where you are right now, and or where in Latin America or Spain you spend your time. So you can say either or both. All right, Baja, good, from Colorado. All right, cool, Patricia. Bruce in Sonora, Mexico. Vivo en San Pancho, Nayarit. Allison, nice. Awesome, awesome. And yeah. What else we got? Patricia, Andy, Bruce. Patricia, ¿dónde vives? Oh, you put it in there. I'm sorry. So,
Está bien.
Sandy, ¿dónde vives? Where do you live, Sandy? Oh, you might be on mute. BC, Canada. Awesome. And where in Latin America do you spend your time? Do you spend your time in Mexico or Colombia. Jalisco y Michoacán. Muy bien. Okay, awesome. Cool. So let's get my screen up here. Make sure it's on, and then we'll kind of get started. All right. Next question. What's your all level of Spanish? What's everybody's level of Espanol? 1 through 10. Just give yourself like, you know, this isn't official, but give yourself a 1 through 10. Bruce says a 4. Patricia says a 5. Okay, nice. Survival. Allison says like a 6. Muy bien. Cool. All right, 4, 5, 4, 6. All right, so all of you have a little bit of experience. How many of you have studied pronouns before? How many of you have studied pronouns? Bruce says never. Well, then you're in the right place to start, that's for sure. Is anyone? Patricia? Okay, nice. Nice. Anyone else studied a little bit of pronouns? Check, 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 check. Nobody? Going once, going twice? Bruce, Patricia. Bruce says no. Patricia says, Sandy, have you? Allison, have you? Bruce, Patricia. Bruce says no. Patricia says. All right. I'm getting my technology. Okay, turn off that. Okay. Allison just picked them up randomly. Okay. Sandy, any experience with pronouns? And Kia just joined us. Perfect. Awesome. Awesome, awesome. Okay. Cool. So, well, you guys are learning them right now. So, first thing I want to say is welcome. All right, here we go. Let's get started. So, yeah, the first thing, just want to say welcome. And I want to give you guys some credit. So if you're here, if you guys are here, that means you guys are very dedicated to learning Spanish, because there's a lot of places you could be on a Friday afternoon other than learning about Spanish pronouns. It is definitely on the list of enjoyable activities. It is probably not highest on the list of Friday afternoon activities or evening. So good job. So already you get 10 points for that. This is one of the hardest things for English speakers to learn in Spanish. But it's also one of the most important things for speaking conversational Spanish. It's one of the I would put it with verb conjugations would be number 1 and pronouns would be number 2 as the two things that separate survival Spanish speakers who are just getting by from conversational Spanish speakers who are understanding and conversing on lots and lots of topics in real world situations. Okay, this is absolutely critical. It's everywhere. and yet it is very difficult. So hopefully today, by the end of today, your goal is that your mind is wrapped around it. It's no longer just this mystery. It's not going to be smooth. It's not going to be just rolling off your tongue, but it will no longer be a mystery. You'll understand, the playing field, what we have to work with and what you have to work on. Okay. So it takes many, many hours and hours and hours of practice to get this thing smooth. All right. Cool. So here we go. All right. First things first, we're just going to look at these two lists here. Okay. And first thing I want you all to put in the chat is what is a pronoun? Okay. First of all, what is a pronoun? Just answer that in the chat. What is a pronoun? Let's just be really, really basic. All right. So everybody put it in the chat. What's a pronoun in five words or less? Okay, just really, really simple explanation. What is a pronoun? Okay, Bruce says a generic replacement for the subject. Muy bien. Okay, we'll go over your answers. All right. What is a pronoun? Any other answers? Ching, ching, ching. Going once, going twice. Okay. So that wasn't a bad guess, Bruce. Bruce said, all right, Patricia says, word used to replace a person, place, or thing. Yes. So that is, Patricia is a little bit more correct because Bruce said a replacement for a subject, but if you mean a thing, a person, place, a thing, a noun, that's correct. But in the world of grammar, subject is very specific. Okay, subject means the person or place or thing, the noun that's doing the verb. That's the subject. So if you look at this sentence here, all right, I'm just going to escape here and I'm going to create a little sentence. Okay, if I were to just write a little sentence, I eat pizza. Okay. I go back. All right. I is the subject and pizza is something else. It's called the object, but they are both nouns. Okay. But my name is Peter. Okay. So that's my full name. Peter eats pizza. Okay. So Peter eats pizza. All right. Peter is the noun. Okay. Or my friend eats pizza. All right. So my friend is a noun and pizza is a noun. They're both nouns. But in the world of grammar, my friend is the subject of the sentence and pizza is called the object of the sentence. Okay. So they're both nouns, but they have different names in the grammar of the sentence. Now, pronouns are words that replace nouns. So that means you can have a pronoun here. Instead of my friend, we could say he. Okay, instead of my friend, we say he. And instead of pizza, we say it. He eats it. Okay, so the pronouns replace nouns. Everybody following so far? It doesn't matter if the noun is a subject or an object. A pronoun replaces a noun. All right, can everybody say yes if you're following?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Awesome. Or you can type it in the chat. Okay. Now, what are these here? These pronouns, are they belonging to subjects? Okay, or objects? This list right here, subjects or objects? You can type it in the chat.
Subjects.
Subjects. Okay, so those are pronouns for subjects. So then these guys are pronouns for what? The subject or the object?
Object.
Everybody, object. Okay. So they're different. Okay. And this is very important to understand that both of them are pronouns. Everything on this list is a pronoun. But some of them are subject pronouns, these guys, and some of them are object pronouns. Okay. And we use different words for subject pronouns than object pronouns. All right. So this class today, we'll go over it. We'll quickly look at all of it, but it's really about these guys, the object pronouns. Okay. But I didn't put that because half the people would not even know what I'm talking about when I say object pronouns. So I just said pronouns. But today we're really focusing on object pronouns because most of you probably already know the subject pronouns. You're probably good with that. Okay. So let's look at these guys. All right. How many of you know these guys already? Does anyone not know these guys? Yo, tú, usted, él, ella, ellos, ellas, ustedes, nosotros. Does anybody not know all of those? Everyone's good. All right. Cool. Now let's look at the object pronouns. What do you notice that's different about the object pronouns besides that they're different words? But what's the biggest thing that stands out to you? Put it in the chat. What's the biggest thing that stands out to you that's different about the object pronouns? All right. Yeah. Okay. There's multiple ways to say these different pronouns. Okay. There's multiple ways to say these different pronouns, right? In English, him, like I help him, all right, or I give the ball to him or whatever. In Spanish, there's 3 different ways that him could be in a sentence in Spanish. Same with her. There's 3 ways. Okay. This is why it's going to be harder and Spanish is more confusing to us English speakers. It's not exactly the same as English. There is some stuff that is confusing. We're going to sort it out. Okay. But that is it. Subject pronouns, object pronouns. We're focusing on the object pronouns. The subject is the person doing the verb. Okay. All right. He is doing the eating, and the object is the one receiving the verb, or the verb is being done to. That's the difference. Okay. We're focusing on object pronouns. Here we go. Okay. So we're all good with object pronouns. Here's subject pronouns. We're not going to go down that road. Okay. We're working on these guys, object pronouns today. Okay, so let's take a closer look at the object pronouns. I give the pizza to John. All right. So in this sentence, you don't have any object pronouns. So when I say pronouns, guys, I'm just going to be talking today about object pronouns. All right. We all good with that? No one's confused? Okay. All right. Even though I is a pronoun, I'm just referring to object pronouns today. Okay. So in this sentence, I give the pizza to John. Yo doy la pizza a John. All right. There are no pronouns in that sentence. Then you go here. I give it to him. Yo se la doy. Okay. Pizza is it and John is him. So we've created a new sentence using pronouns. Okay. Let's look at the next one. I cook the pizza for John. No pronouns. I cook it for him. Yo se la cocino. Okay, so la pizza, all right, is it. The pizza is it, and John is him. Okay, so direct or indirect objects is what we want to know. There are actually two objects in this sentence here. The pizza is called a direct object, and John is called an indirect object. Okay, that's going to be very, very, very important to understanding how to do pronouns. All right, there are two types of objects, direct and indirect. Okay, you give the pizza, the action, the pizza is being given. Okay, that's the thing that's directly being acted on. Then to John, he's indirectly benefiting or receiving the action. Okay, so I like to say it like, if I hit you in the face, if I hit John in the face, John is direct. I'm directly hitting him. If I hit the ball to John, he's indirect. Okay, I'm not directly hitting him, I'm hitting something to him. Okay, or you can be doing something for him. Okay, you can do it to John or for John. Both of those would be considered indirect objects. All right. Now, any questions so far? Okay, we're clear. We know what an object is, and now we know roughly there's indirect and direct objects. Okay. So, we're going to do a little game. All right? In English. We're not going to do any Spanish yet. Before we get into the Spanish, I want to make sure you guys are really, really good at knowing the difference between direct and indirect objects. Because if it's hard in English, it'll be 10,000 times harder in Spanish. Okay? So here we go. You guys are just going to do one thing. Type in the chat D or I. D for direct and I for indirect. I'm going to ask you, what is it? Are you ready? Everybody type yes in the chat if you are ready. Good. Bruce is ready. Allison's ready. Patricia is ready. Kia is ready. Awesome. Okay. Here we go. Okay. I'm going to close this. There we go. All right. I'm going to answer the telephone. Is the telephone direct or indirect? D or I? All right. D, and Patricia says I, and Bruce says I. Okay. The answer is D. Okay. And Judith, the workshop is the one-on-one link. So she should be able to find it. It's the one-on-one link. And I posted it. Well, yeah, send her the one-on-one link. Okay. And so the answer is direct. Okay. I'm going to answer the telephone. You are answering the telephone. You are picking it up and you are answering it. It is a direct object. Okay. All right. So let's try the next one. This one right here. I'm going to begin the lesson. Okay. All right. I'm going to begin the lesson. Whoops. Okay. The lesson is direct or indirect? Allison, direct. Bruce, direct. Patricia, direct. Kia, direct. Good. It's direct. Okay. You're going to directly begin the lesson. All right. I'm going to believe the story. What is the story? Direct or indirect? Bruce, Patricia, good. Allison, good, good, good. Direct. The story is direct. I am going to bring the bag. What is the bag? Okay, I'm going to bring the bag. Is the bag direct or indirect object? Bruce, Kia, Allison. Okay, good. Direct. All right. Now, what if I said, I'm going to bring the bag to John? What is John? Is John direct or indirect? So if I say this, I'm going to bring the bag to John. Yes, it's indirect. All right. I'm going to buy the shirt. What is the shirt? Direct or indirect? Everyone, the shirt is direct. Okay. I'm going to buy John a shirt. What is John? I'm going to buy John a shirt. Okay, is it direct or indirect? I'm going to buy John a shirt. All right, I'm getting mixed answers here. If you want to say, I'm going to buy John a shirt, okay. Well, are you buying John? Is John being bought? No, John is not the one being bought. The shirt is being bought. Okay, you're buying it for John. Even though the word for isn't in there, it doesn't matter. John is not the one the verb is not being done to him. Okay. I'm going to buy John a shirt. John is still indirect object. Okay. And shirt is direct and John is indirect. Okay. Good. I'm going to carry the backpack. What's the backpack? Backpack is direct or indirect? Yep, everyone's got that one. Direct. Okay. So direct are generally more easy to identify. Okay. Indirect tend to be a little more obtuse for us. All right. Direct objects are a little bit more straightforward. Okay. I'm going to carry the backpack for John. What is John? Direct or indirect? Good, Patricia. Good, Judith. Bruce. Gia. Yep. I'm going to carry the backpack for John. Okay, John would be indirect. Good. I'm going to change the tire. What is the tire? Direct or indirect? Yep, direct. All right, I'm going to change the tire for John. What is John? Indirect. Good. Okay. All right. How about this one? I'm going to cook the eggs. Eggs is direct or indirect? Yep. Good, Bruce. Good, Judith. Good, Patricia. Good, Kia. All right. Yep. Eggs is direct. I am going to cook John eggs. What is John? I'm going to cook John eggs. John is indirect. All right. How about I'm going to cook eggs for John? What is John? Same thing. Right? So two ways of saying the same thing, but John is still indirect. What if I just said, I'm going to cook for John? What if I just said that? What would John be? Still direct, indirect? I'm going to cook for John. Okay, some of you mixed it up. It's still indirect. Okay, you are not cooking John. John is not going in the pot and getting boiled. Okay, John is still indirect. You have to, when you think direct, you've got to think of the thing actually happening to that thing, right? Like whatever the verb is doing, it's doing it directly to that thing. Okay, you are not cooking John, you are cooking for John. Okay, so he is indirect. Okay. I'm going to drink water. What is water? Okay, yes, it's direct. Okay. Good. Let's go to some more. All right, I'm going to enjoy the vacation. What's the vacation? Direct or indirect? Good. I'm going to find the notebooks. Direct or indirect? Notebooks. Yep, direct. Okay, I'm going to find the notebooks for John. What's John?
What's wrong with this thing?
Okay, John is indirect. Good. All right. I am going to get a book. What is the book? Good. I'm going to get a book for John. What is John? All right, now we're starting to roll. I'm going to give a gift. What is the gift? Direct or indirect? Okay. Bruce says indirect. It's direct. You are literally giving that gift. Okay, that gift is going in your hands and it is being given. Okay. In fact, that's one way. You wouldn't use this in the real world because it would take too long to think. But one way to sort of reverse engineer it, do like a little test for yourself, is by saying the sentence backwards. So if you said, I'm going to give a gift, all right, the gift is given. I give a gift, the gift is given. If you can say it forwards and backwards, it's direct, right? Because that means the gift is directly being done by the verb. So I give a gift, the gift is given. I give a gift to John, John is given. No, that doesn't make sense. You're not saying that. The gift is given. Okay, so what is being done, right? So I give a gift, the gift is given. So the gift is a direct object. So if you say, I give John a gift, all right, so what is John? Direct or indirect? All right. Good. Indirect, John is indirect, and a gift is direct. Very good. Okay, I'm going to go down the stairs. What is the stairs?
What's wrong with this
Good. All right, direct. Okay, now I'm going to give you one. Let's see how we do. I am going to call the person, direct or indirect. I'm going to call the person, direct or indirect. All right, everyone says direct. You're all right. But if you had said indirect, you'd also be right. This is one of the rare, weird cases where both actually make sense. You're calling the person or you're calling to the person. Okay, so you will notice once in a blue moon, this is Spanish, both actually would work. Okay, so I'm going to call the person, could be direct or indirect. Okay, another one where that would be here, ayudar, to help. I'm going to help the neighbor, could be direct. All right, you're directly helping him. All right, or I'm like giving help to him. Okay, it would still make some sense. All right, but all I've done right now is lay the foundation for direct and indirect objects. Okay, so you guys have a very clear idea of the difference. You know, that's very important. That's our starting point, right? The direct objects are generally easier. They're generally make more sense. Okay. All right. I'm going to hear music. All right. You are directly hearing the music. Okay. You know, I am going to make coffee. Okay, that's direct. I'm going to make coffee for John. Indirect. John is indirect. Okay. Anybody have any questions? Do you all feel at least 80% confident with your direct and indirect? Yes, type yes in the chat if you're feeling like 80, 90% confident that you can figure out, is it direct or indirect? Good. That's a huge piece of the puzzle just right there. That piece alone. Okay. We got to know our English grammar before we try to figure out Spanish grammar. All right. Cool. Here we go. Now let's learn some Spanish. So we've had our original sentence. All right. Do you need to give the pizza to John? Okay, right here. All right. The pizza is direct or indirect? Okay, I see one indirect in there. It is direct. You are directly giving the pizza. The pizza is being given. All right. Do you need to give the pizza? All right. Pizza is direct. To John. What is John? Direct or indirect? Yes. Okay, cool. So now let's break that sentence down. And there are actually 4 different ways that we can say a sentence in English or Spanish, and they're all right. Okay. So the first way would be like, I need to give the pizza to John with 0 pronouns. Okay. Yo necesito dar la pizza a John. Okay. That's option A. And this, if all you're trying to do is communicate in the world and get people to understand you, you don't need to learn any pronouns. Okay. You never have to use a pronoun for the rest of your life, and you can get by just great. Okay. Pronouns are not necessary to be understood. You can use nouns and stick with that. I need to give the pizza to John. Yo necesito dar la pizza a John. Okay, so that's option 1. Option 2 is we can have one pronoun. I need to give it to John. Okay, so the direct object. I need to give it to John. That's option 2. Option 3, I need to give the pizza to him. Okay, so indirect object pronoun. And option 4, both. I need to give it to him. All of those are correct. They are equally correct. There is no wrong way to do it. Okay? But you should know all the different ways to do it so that you have the ability to express yourself the way you want to say, and because they are going to talk in different ways in the real world. If you want to understand native speakers, you have to know pronouns because they are using them all the time. Okay, so that's the more important reason why you wanted to get this, is for understanding more so than speaking. All right, so all of these are good. We're going to understand how to do direct pronouns, how to do indirect pronouns, and then how to do both of them together in the same sentence. All right, everybody good? Everybody following? Everybody, is this helpful so far? We're all on the same page? Yes, type yes in the chat if you're hanging on. Okay, this is definitely not a beginner lesson, but it is a valuable lesson. All right, sweet, cool. So now that you know direct and indirect, here is the question to know which pronouns to use. Lo or le? Is it lo or le? I make this a very general statement, but essentially this comes down to that question. Is it direct or indirect? If it's direct, it's going to be one of these. If it's indirect, it's going to be one of these. Okay, just that's it. If it's a direct object, and you want to use a pronoun, you're going to use one of these guys. That's all your choices. If it is an indirect object, these are your choices. Okay, so let's look at the choices for direct objects. I throw him. Yo lo tiro. Okay, I throw him. Yo lo tiro. Lo, la, los, las, me, te, nos. So if I said I throw her, it would be yo la tiro. Okay, if I throw the boys, I throw them, it'd be yo los tiro. I throw the girls, yo las tiro. I throw myself, or John throws me, John me tira. I throw you, yo te tiro. And I throw us, yo nos tiro. Okay, so these lo, la, los, las, me, te, and nos. All right, over here, me, te, and nos is actually identical. Me, you, us. So if you're talking about me, you, or us, it doesn't matter if it's I throw you or I throw to you. You'll still use te in both of those cases. If you want to say John throws me or John throws to me, me in both of those cases. So me can be a direct object or an indirect object. Same with te and nos. Me, te, and nos are always going to be the pronouns for me, you, and us. Now, everything else, okay, him, her, them, it, those things, everything else that's not me, you, and us is going to be lo, la, los, las. All right, I throw him, I throw her, I throw it, I throw them. Okay, like I throw the balls, I throw them. Okay, yo las tiro. Okay, and so singular or plural, masculine or feminine, that's direct objects. All right, so everybody write down right here on a piece of paper or somewhere, lo, la, los, las, me, te, nos. And just take a minute to do that. Or if you don't have a piece of paper, type it in the chat. All right, direct objects, lo, la, los, las, me, te, nos. Okay, yo lo tiro, yo la tiro, yo los tiro, yo las tiro, yo me tiro, yo te tiro, yo nos tiro. Okay, I throw him, I throw her, I throw the boys, I throw the girls, I throw me, I throw you, I throw us. Okay. Direct. You're literally picking them person up and throwing them. All right. I wanted this to be very visual so you could literally picture throwing somebody. All right. So if it's a direct object, it's going to be one of the los. Lo, la, los, las, me, te, nos. Now, if I'm going to throw to him, like I'm going to throw a ball to John or to you, it's indirect. Okay. And the indirect objects are le, les, me, te, nos, and sometimes se. All right. Le, les, me, te, nos, and sometimes se. So you'll notice the difference. There's no gender. There's no masculine or feminine. It doesn't matter if I'm throwing him or her. It would still be le. Yo le tiro, I throw him. Yo le tiro, I throw her. Yo les tiro, I throw the boys. Yo les tiro, I throw the girls. I throw to the boys and I throw to the girls. I throw to him, yo le tiro. I throw to her, yo le tiro. I throw to the boys, yo les tiro. I throw to the girls, yo les tiro. Okay, I throw to myself, yo me tiro. I throw to you, yo te tiro. I throw to us, yo nos tiro. Okay. Say, we'll get into say in a minute. All right. Say only appears when, in this situation, when you're doing both, when the direct and indirect are together. Other than if it's just indirect, it'll be one of these guys. Okay, so you've got those all written down, I hope. All right. So, where to put them? All right, before we do a bunch of practice, let's just talk real quick about where do they go. This is one of the hardest things for people to get because it's so different from English. In English, I give the pizza to John, okay? I give it to John. Everything stays in the same place, so it's pretty easy. You're just replacing the words, but you're not changing where they go. In Spanish, they change where they go, so it's more confusing. Okay, and if they put pronouns, they will put pronouns before the verbs. Okay, so I give the pizza, yo doy la pizza. All right, so I'm gonna add a sentence here. I give the pizza to John. Yo doy la pizza a John. Okay, there's our basic sentence. Okay, I give the pizza, right? So the objects go after the verbs, but I give it, yo la doy. So the pronouns go before the verbs. Okay, so this is a challenge. Okay, same with the indirects. I give the pizza to him, yo le doy la pizza. Okay, you see that? And then here, I give it to him, yo se la doy. Okay, so pronouns go before the verbs. All right, that's the rule. Now, like any good grammar class, there's going to be exceptions to the rules. So there are a few occasions when the pronouns can follow a verb. The first one is here, after verbs, is when the verb is unconjugated. So an example would be a verb phrase like this, yo necesito dar. Okay, dar is unconjugated. So I could say, I need to give it to John. Yo la necesito dar a John. Or yo necesito darla a John. These are both equal. You could put the pronoun before the verbs or after the verbs, but only when the verb is unconjugated, dar. Okay? So, like this one, I give it, yo la doy. You could not say yo doy la. You could not say that. That wouldn't be correct. Only if the verb is unconjugated, such as a verb phrase. I need to give, I need to eat, I need to eat it, I need to give it, I need to watch it, I need to do it. Okay, I want to eat, I want to watch it, I want to do it. Verb phrases. If yo quiero hacerlo, yo quiero comerlo, Yo quiero darlo. Okay. All of these if the verb is unconjugated. The other two we're not going to get into today, but just so you're aware, there are two other cases. So one is after infinitive verbs. Okay, basically means unconjugated, like I showed you. Number two, after imperative verbs. Okay. All right, imperative. All right, this is like a command. So you might have heard this before. Dígame. Has anybody heard dígame? All right, tell me. Okay, so you see the pronoun tell me is after the verb. This tense is called the imperative tense. It's a command. When you command someone to do something, you can put the pronouns after the verbs. Okay. And the last is called the progressive verbs. Okay. Yo estoy haciéndolo. Okay, yo estoy haciéndolo. All right, I am doing it. All right, so it's after haciendo. I am doing. Haciendo. Okay, so we're not going to get into any of that today. We're going to focus on before the verbs. Okay, that's it. But just for a side note, put it in the back of your mind. There are 3 times when pronouns can follow verbs. Okay, there may be one more that I'm missing that's very obscure and I don't use it very often, but that's definitely 99% of it. Okay, cool. Any questions so far about placement, where pronouns go? They go before the verbs. Can you put it between the verbs? Like yo necesito la dar. Can you put the pronouns between the verbs? No. As a general rule, no. It's either before all the verbs or after all the verbs. It's not going to go between the verbs as a general rule. Like anything in grammar, there's always exceptions to the rule. But as a general rule, you're always safe if you put it before the verbs. Okay? So far, so good?
See?
Okay. So here are some examples. Okay, I throw the balloon. Yo tiro el globo. Blow it up a little bit.
You can't.
Okay. All right. That's all. That's direct. I throw it. Yo lo tiro. I throw the ball. I throw the pelota. Yo tiro la pelota. Yo la tiro. Yo tiro los globos. Yo los tiro. Yo tiro las pelotas. Yo las tiro. I throw myself. Yo me tiro. Okay, or John throws me. John me tira. I throw you. Yo te tiro. I throw us. Yo nos tiro. All right. I know it's kind of like you wouldn't say that, but focus on the grammar. I throw to John. Yo le tiro. All right. Now, you would probably add something after that, like I throw the ball to John. Yo le tiro la pelota. Okay, that's just probably what would happen. Okay, but yo le tiro, I throw to him. Yo tiro a John y Jane. Yo les tiro. I throw to myself. Yo me tiro. I throw to you. Yo te tiro. I throw to us. Yo nos tiro. Okay. So you notice that I throw you and I throw to you look the same without context, without more context. Here we go. Now we're going to combine them. Okay, what do we do when we combine them? All right. The answer is you put them in front. Okay, you put them in front. But which one first, the direct or the indirect? The answer is the indirect goes first. So if I were to say it in English, I throw it to me, or I throw it to John. Okay, so let's go with I throw it to you. Let's go down here. I throw it to you. Okay, I throw it to you. All right. If I were to say this in Spanish, okay, you would be saying, I to you it throw. I to you it throw. Okay, so it's very, very weird when you try to calculate it in your head. You're gonna just have to get a sense of it. You're just gonna have to eventually get this to feel right. You get the feel of Spanish, because if you're trying to walk it through your head, it's gonna be very, very mixed up when you try to put it into English thinking. Okay, I to you it throw. Okay, I throw it to you. Yo te lo tiro. Okay. Yo tiro la pelota a ti. Yo te la tiro. Question? Did I hear a question? Nada? No? Yo tiro los globos a ti. Yo te los tiro. Yo tiro las pelotas a ti. Yo te las tiro. Okay. All right. So someone's asking, how are we ever going to remember this? Right? Well, just remember it's just two words, right? It's a direct object and an indirect. There's only two words in here that are tripping up your whole day. All right. So you just have to remember it's not a lot of words. You may have the whole sentence perfectly. These two little words, and you just have to get used to them going before the verbs instead of after the verbs. Okay, and you just get a feel of it by muscle memory. Okay, now I want to show you this one down here. Okay, actually, let me pull up another sheet. Okay, I want to look at this one right here. I give it to him. Okay, so you have I give the pizza. Okay, yo la doy. All right, direct object, yo la doy. I give the pizza to him. Yo le doy la pizza. So you have the pizza is la and him is le. So I give it to him indirect first, yo le la doy. Okay, that's how it should be. Yo le la doy. I to him it give. All right, that's how it should be. Yo le la doy. All right, but this in Spanish, they don't like the le la, the la 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 la. They don't like how it sounds. So they decided to do something about it. And they just decided we're going to put this word say for no reason at all. Okay, so whenever you have lay or lace, lay-lo, lace-lo, lay-la, lace-la, lay-los, lace-los, whatever, any combination of lay or lace and lo and los and la and las, any combination of the lays and the lows, the lays will become say. Okay, the lays become say. So write that down. The lays become say. The lays become say. That's the rule when two are together, not when they're alone, not when they're separate, but when they are together and you're doing both together, the lays become say. Not the mays, not the tays, not the noses, only, right? If it was, I give it to me, Yo me la doy. I give it to you, yo te la doy. I give it to us, yo nos la doy. It's only I give it to John, I give it to him, I give it to her, I give it to them. It's either le or les becomes se. Okay? So those are the rules. All right? Le, les, me, te, nos, and sometimes se. That's when you use se. All right? Now, don't expect yourself to get all this right now. Don't panic if you're like, what the heck? How am I? Okay. We're going to do some drills right now. Okay. We're going to do some drills. Okay. We're going to do some drills. And here we go. All right. We're going to start with some direct objects. All right. Let me get the chat. All right, where I can see it. Okay. Here we go. I need the pencil. I need it. Okay, so, or I'm going to need, excuse me. I'm going to need the pencil. Yo voy a necesitar el lápiz. Okay. Is it direct or indirect? Everybody write it in the chat. I'm going to need it. Is it direct or indirect? All right. So that means, is it the los or the lays? It's the los. All right. So what would this be? Just don't write the whole sentence. Just write the pronoun. I'm going to need it. Yo blank voy a necesitar. All right. Is it direct or indirect, Judith?
Direct.
Yes. So take a look at your sheet. Did you write down the direct objects on one side and the indirect on the other side? So what do you see on the under the direct objects?
Low.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. I'm going to need it. El lápiz. I'm going to need it. Okay. Yo lo voy a necesitar. Yo lo voy a necesitar. Next one. I am going to open the door. Yo voy a abrir la puerta. I am going to open it. All right. All right. What is la puerta? Is it direct or indirect? I'm going to open it. Okay. So put the pronoun. What pronoun would you put? Sandra says good. Bruce says good. Judith says good. I'm going to open it. What would be the pronoun? All right. Yes. Yo la voy a abrir. Okay. I'm going to order the drinks. Yo voy a pedir las bebidas. I'm going to order them. Direct or indirect? What's the pronoun? I'm going to order. So you don't have to tell me if it's direct or indirect. I'm just kind of asking. What I want to see is what pronoun you use. Okay. All right. Okay. Las bebidas is going to be las. Okay, because it's feminine. Yo las voy a pedir. Okay. The drinks, las bebidas, yo las voy a pedir. I'm going to order them. Okay. I'm going to pay the money. Yo voy a pagar el dinero. All right. I'm going to pay it. I'm going to pay it. Right? Direct or indirect? Okay. Okay, Patricia. Yeah. Not easy on the phone. Okay, definitely. So yo lo voy a pagar. Okay. Yo lo voy a pagar el dinero. Okay. On a side note, in Spanish, Sometimes they like to be very expressive or they like to clarify things. This never happens in English, but in Spanish, sometimes they'll put a pronoun like yo lo voy a pagar, I'm going to pay it. And then they'll actually put the noun that they're talking about in the same sentence. It'll be redundant. So they would actually say yo lo voy a pagar el dinero. Okay, they'll actually put both the pronoun and the noun in the exact same sentence. This happens frequently. Don't freak out. That's just how they do it. They like to be expressive. They like to really be redundant and say things like multiple ways. That's normal. So sometimes you can have the pronoun and the noun in the exact same sentence. Okay. Yo lo voy a pagar. All right. I'm going to practice the art. I'm going to practice it. I'm going to practice it. El arte. Yo voy a practicar el arte. I'm going to practice it. Good Judith, good Sandra. Good Bruce. All right. Yo lo voy a practicar. Good. I'm going to read the book. I'm going to read the book. Yo voy a leer el libro. Good. Okay, everyone's got that so far. So far, so good. Yo lo voy a leer. I'm going to remember Bob. I'm going to remember Bob. Is it direct or indirect? I'm going to remember Bob. I'm going to remember him. Okay, I get one lay. I see one lay. Okay, Bruce says lay. It is still a direct object. You are remembering him. He is being remembered. Bob is being remembered. So Bob is still the direct object. So it is still lo. Okay, yo lo voy a, it has nothing to do whether it's a person, a place, or a thing. It has to do, is it direct or indirect? A person can be direct, a person can be indirect. Bob can be direct, Bob can be indirect. It doesn't have anything to do with if it's a person or not. Okay, a lot of people confuse it and they just think, oh, people are lay and objects are low. No, nothing like that. Okay, a person can be direct, like I throw him or I hit him in the face, he's direct. Yo lo tiro. Or I throw to him. Yo le tiro. Okay, so a person can be direct or indirect. All right. I'm going to return the gifts. Yo voy a devolver los regalos. Yo voy a devolver los regalos. Good, everybody. Yo los voy a devolver. I'm going to run the race. Yo voy a correr la carrera. Okay, yo voy a correr la carrera. Good. Yo la voy a correr. I'm going to say the truth. Yo voy a decir la verdad. I'm going to say it. Good. All right. I see people getting it. Your answers are coming quick. I think that means you're getting it. I'm going to see my friend. Yo voy a ver a mi amigo. All right. I'm going to see him. I'm going to see him. Yo lo voy a ver. That's right. It's direct. You are seeing him. You are direct. He is being seen by you. Okay. Yo lo voy a ver. I'm going to sell the clothes. Yo voy a vender la ropa. All right. Good. Direct objects are much more straightforward than indirect objects. Okay, so they are pretty clear. If it's a direct object, it's pretty clear. All right, I'm going to share the food. Yo voy a compartir la comida. I'm going to share it. Yo la voy a compartir. All right, let's go down to the bottom here. I am going to call you. Yo voy a llamar a ti. I am going to call you. All right. All right, let's see if I caught anybody. Yo te voy a llamar. Yo te voy a llamar. Okay, muy bien. John is going to help us. John va a ayudar a nosotros. John va a ayudar a nosotros. John nos va a ayudar. John nos va a ayudar. John is going to help us.
Oh.
Us. Nos. Okay, John is going to help us. John nos va a ayudar. John is going to call me. John is going to call me. Okay. John me va a llamar. John me va a llamar. John is going to help us. John is going to help us. I did that one already. All right. I want to do a different one. Scratch that. Forget that. John is going to help you guys. John va a ayudar a ustedes. John is going to help you guys. John va a ayudar a ustedes.
Mm.
First question you have to ask yourself, is it direct or indirect?
Direct.
All right. Then you have to figure out if it's direct, you have to know which one it is. Okay. Is it direct or indirect? Good. I stumped everybody with this one. I like it.
Mhm.
Okay. Well, first of all, let's just go through it. John is going to help you guys. Are you guys direct or indirect? Are you guys being helped?
Direct.
It's direct. Okay. You guys are directly being helped. Okay. So it's direct. So now you have choices. Lo, la, los, las, me, te, nos. All right. Nos vemos. Gracias, Alison. Okay. So yes, it's los. Okay. It's los. All right. It's not lo. It's plural. It's not la. All right. It's not me. And it's not te. Te is only for you, singular, like you. Okay. You guys is plural. It's not te. All right. So the only option is los. John los va a ayudar a ustedes. Thanks, Bruce. And if you want to catch up with the rest, you can message me. We have the Facebook group. The replay will be there. Okay. Send me a message if you have any other Spanish questions, and I'll take a minute while Bruce is leaving. If you guys want me to talk to you, just let me know in the chat. Send me an email or a contact if you want, or you just contact me. Okay. We will put the replay in the chat. All right, cool. So here we go. So John va a ayudar a ustedes. John los va a ayudar. All right, cool. John los va a ayudar. All right. What about this one? John is going to help them. All right. And yes, Judith asked a good question. What if you guys are women? Yes, then it would be John las. Okay, if it was a group of women, it would be las. If it were a mixed group of men and women, it would still be los. Okay. So how about them? John is going to help them. Okay. What would that be? John is going to help them, a ellos. John va a ayudar a ellos. Los. Los. Okay. Cool. Let's go to the indirect objects. All right, here we go. Indirect objects. All right, I'm going to buy something for him. Him is direct or indirect? It's indirect, right? All right. What is the direct object in that sentence? I'm going to buy something for him. What's the direct object there?
Something.
Something. Okay, something is the direct. So I'm going to buy him something. So we're only dealing with indirect pronouns. We're not going to touch something. Okay, I'm going to buy him something. Okay. So what would it be? I am going to buy him something. What would it be? I am going to buy him something. Good. Okay. Yo le voy a comprar algo. All right. I am going to tell them something. I am going to tell them something. Yo. What would it be? Good, Sandra. Good, Judith. Yo les. Awesome, awesome, Kia. Yep, if you want to watch the replay, send me a message. It'll be posted in my Facebook group, and you can watch the end where we do the two of them together, direct and indirect. All right. And send me a message, any Spanish questions that you may have. Okay, good. Les, okay, I'm going to give something to her. Yo blank voy a dar algo. Yep, yo le voy a dar algo. I'm going to say something to you. I'm going to say something to you.
Yeah, sorry.
Very good. Okay, yo te voy a decir algo. All right, yo te voy a decir algo. I'm going to write something to us. Yo blank voy a escribir algo. I'm going to write something to us. Okay. Yo nos voy a escribir algo. I'm going to order something for them. I'm going to order something for them. Yo blank voy a pedir algo. Okay. I'm going to order something for them. Good. Yo les voy a pedir algo. Okay. Good. John is going to pass something to me. John is going to pass me something. Yeah. John me va a pasar algo. John is going to send something to me. John is going to send something to me. Okay. John me va a mandar algo. All right. I am going to serve us something. I'm going to serve us something. There you go. All right. So now we've done indirect. We've done direct. Now the final mountain to climb, it's putting them together. All right. Let's see if we have any brain cells left to put them together. You guys are doing great. All right. Final piece of the puzzle. Just a reminder, what goes first, the indirect object or the direct? The lay or the low? Which one goes first?
Indirect.
Indirect, the lay. The lays go before the lows. Okay, the lays, the mays, the tays before the lows, the mays, the tays. All right, the lays before the lows. Okay, So here we go. I am going to buy the shirt for him. I am going to buy it for him. So first of all, you got to figure out what is it and then what is him. What's direct? What's indirect? Okay. So let's break this one down. Okay, so I'm going to buy the shirt for him. All right. La camisa, is that direct or indirect? La camisa.
Direct.
Yes, it's direct. And for him, is him direct or indirect?
Indirect.
Indirect.
Okay, so la camisa is going to be what?
Say.
It.
It's
Say.
is it a direct or indirect?
Oh,
It's the direct.
It's the direct. So look
Direct.
on your list of direct, and I don't see any say on there.
no. No.
Okay. Is it going to be, it's la camisa, so it's going to be la.
But I thought you said, and I wrote it down, when using both, the indirect goes first.
Yeah, I'm not telling you the order yet. I'm just going over these just before we get there. I just want to
Okay.
La camisa is going to be la. All right. And para él,
Oh, okay.
okay, what is he going to be? What is him? For him is going to be le, right? So him, for him is le. But now we have to put them in order. Okay, so it would be for him is le, indirect, and la camisa is la, le la.
So it's say.
So it's say.
Yeah.
Okay, because they don't like the le la.
Right.
Okay. So it's le la becomes say la. Okay, it means the exact same thing, except they just don't like the le la. All right. But for your brain, if you say Layla first out loud, that might help you just to like be clear about what is what. Okay, so say Layla and then correct yourself. Okay, so next one, I'm going to tell them a story. I'm going to tell, yo voy a contar una historia a ellos. What's the indirect? What's the direct? Good. Say la. All right. Say is the indirect, ellos, and la is la historia. Good. Yo voy a dar regalos a ella. All right. I'm going to give her gifts. What is the indirect? What is the direct? What is the indirect? What is the direct? I'm going to give her gifts. What's the direct? One's what I'm going to give them to her. Okay, good. I'm going to give them to her. So first, the indirect is her, which is le, all right, or se. And the gifts is los regalos. All right. Her is le and gifts is los regalos. Yo se los voy a dar. I am going to say the answer to you. Okay. I'm going to say the answer to you. Indirect, direct. What's the indirect? What's the direct? I'm going to say the answer to you.
Answer to you.
To you, it I'm going to say. Think of it like Shakespeare. To you, the answer I'm going to say. Okay. Yo te la voy a decir. I'm going to write a note to us. I'm going to write it to us. Right? To us, a note I'm going to write. All right. So maybe that helps to think of Shakespeare. To us, a note I'm going to write. I'm going to write us a note. Okay.
Oh, no.
Nos la.
Yeah.
Right? To us, a note I will write. I'm going to send him a letter. To him, a letter I will send. Okay, so I'm kind of saying it backwards so that you can start kind of thinking that way. It's like Shakespeare. To him, a letter I will send. Yo voy a mandar una carta a él. There we go. Se la. Yo se la voy a mandar una carta. I, to him, a letter will send. Right? It's Shakespearean. Okay. I'm going to show her the photos. Yo voy a mostrar las fotos a ella.
Where is law? See those photos.
Good. Yo se las voy a mostrar.
Oh,
Right. Las.
last
Las fotos, it's a weird one.
last photos.
Mm.
Okay.
Yeah, because it's las fotografías. Good. All right. I am going to give you a gift. Yo voy a regalar un regalo a ti. Yo voy a regalar un regalo a ti. I'm going to give you a gift.
It.
I'm going to give it to you. Okay. I'm going to gift it to you. We don't really have this verb in English. I'm going to gift it to you.
No.
Okay. Good. Yo te lo. Okay. Yeah. Indirect, direct. Yo te lo voy a regalar. All right. To you, a gift I'm going to give.
Right.
You know, it's kind of like that. To you, a gift I will give.
Okay.
Te lo voy a regalar algo. Or te lo voy a regalar. I'm going to give it to you. All right. I'm going to serve us drinks. I'm going to serve them to us. I'm going to serve them to us. Yo voy a servir bebidas a nosotros. Good. Yo nos las voy a servir. Good. All right. I am going to bring him a dog. I'm going to bring him a dog. Yo voy a traer el perro a él, or I'm going to bring him the dog. I'm going to bring it to him. I'm going to bring it to him. Okay. Yo se lo voy a
Oh,
traer.
not you, him.
Yeah, I'm going to bring, maybe I said you by accident. I'm going to bring him a dog. Yo se lo voy a traer. Did I say you on accident?
No, probably not.
I might have.
My brain is pretty tired, Peter.
Okay, we're done. This is it.
Oh.
This is the end zone.
This
So-
is hard.
Yeah, this is mental gymnastics. Right?
And how, okay, here's my question at this point.
Yeah,
Even if I can memorize all this,
right,
okay, that's a big if,
right.
20-foot high letter if.
Yeah.
How can I get it into my head so that it can come out while I'm talking?
Well, the best thing that will happen is once you hit a certain point of understanding intellectually, okay,
Mhm.
the most important thing will not be speaking, but understanding. Okay, so you're going to start hearing more and more and immersing in conversation where you hear these words more and more. And you're going to start thinking about what they said. And because of the context, you're going to be in the midst of a conversation. You'll start figuring it out, and then you'll kind of reverse engineer it. It's like you'll hear what they're saying, you'll understand it just from the context of the conversation, and then your brain will just start hearing it. So the big answer is immersion, right? The second answer, something you can do that's a little more in your control, is lots and lots of reading and listening practice with things that have pronouns in them, conversations that have pronouns in them, so that you can slowly read it and see it in use. That's going to be the best. Reading and listening will become more important the farther you go in your learning, in your Spanish. Okay, because intellectual will only get you so far. There comes a point where it just becomes instinctual. Okay, and that only really happens by immersion, reading, listening, and out there in the streets, not analyzing it. So lots and lots of reading, movies, transcripts, music, the lingo pie stuff we've got, our conversations that we've got, lots and lots of reading and listening. Okay, seeing this stuff and then thinking about it when you're reading it, like, what does say lo mean here? Okay, so that's really the way that it all starts clicking is, and generally speaking, the first thing that comes is one of them. Like, I start using direct objects more. Like, yo lo quiero, I want it. All right. Yo te llamo mañana, I'll call you tomorrow. You'll start using one pronoun at a time, not both. And then later you'll get more comfortable with both. Okay, so that's just kind of how it's going to be, is you'll start pulling them. But the first thing is get it on paper, get the gist intellectually, so that on a sheet like this, you can easily get it right. And then lots and lots of listening and reading with movies, with music, with good subtitles, but even if you don't have the movie playing, just reading. Okay, lots and lots of reading and seeing these pronouns and trying to figure out what they mean. So that's going to be the answer. And there's going to be another big step, two more big steps before you can really benefit from that. You have to master gustar and you have to master reflexive verbs. Pronouns, reflexive verbs, and gustar. And one more called passive verbs, where they use say a lot.
There's more? Oh, shit.
Passive verbs just use the say for certain things.
Wow.
The word say appears in like 5 different things. Okay, the los, the las, the may, te, noses appear in 2 or 3 things. So you're going to need reflexive verbs, you're going to need pronouns, and you need to know gustar verbs. These 3 look alike. Okay, they look alike. Gustar verbs, reflexive verbs, and pronouns. Okay,
so gustar, reflexive, and what else?
And pronouns, these guys.
Oh.
Okay, they all look alike.
You do?
Yes, so like me gusta, te gusta, le gusta, les gusta, nos gusta.
Sí.
Okay, or reflexive verbs. Me voy, te vas, se va, nos vamos. Okay, so reflexive verbs, gustar verbs, and pronouns all look alike. So you have to do all these 3 lessons individually, separately. Kind of, okay, I get the gustar verbs. Cool. All right, now I go to reflect. Okay, I got the reflexive verbs. Cool. All right, I can do the pronouns sheet. Cool. Now you go and start reading newspapers, music, lyrics, articles, transcripts, stuff like that. And you just start reading a whole bunch and you start circling these little words and trying to make sense of them. Right?
Okay.
That's
Is that
that.
all?
That's all. That's all it is. It's immersion, 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 and reading, 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 and then slowly you'll start using them. Usually, one pronoun at a time, like the direct objects, and then later you'll get comfortable with an indirect object, and then later you'll get comfortable. You might try to throw in both, right? And that's the process. That's the process. So first things first, get your pronouns. Once you're good with that, go to gustar. Once you're good at that, go to reflexive verbs. Once you've done all three, then it's lots of immersion, lots of reading, and just nothing else. There's no other massive secret. There's no other secret. It's like a
No magic?
it's like a cooking the soup, right? You put all the vegetables in the soup, and eventually the flavors come together, right? It takes a while to cook it, but first thing you got to do is chop the vegetables up individually before you put in, and sometimes you even have to cook them individually before you put them in the soup, right? Sometimes you got to cook the carrots first, then you got to grill the tomatoes, then you put everything in the soup and it'll blend, right? So focus on these little drills. Lots of drills. Come to class, do the drills. Yeah.
Yeah, the drills are really good for me.
You got to do lots and lots of drills, then do your gustar drills, then do your reflexive drills. Okay, then go to lots and lots of reading and listening classes. Those classes will never get old.
So where are the listening classes? Like, is reading and listening the same thing?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
So there we go. Good job. You guys made it. Nicely done. It's Friday. Patricia, great job. Appreciate it. Glad you made it. It looks like you're still with us, so good. Congrats on that.
I am. Thank you. It was very, very helpful.
Awesome. So good. You'll see the replay. It's in there. And Judith and Sandra are part of my coaching program. So if you have interest in going deeper, we do this stuff 5 days a week, all day, with our students. So and lots of other things, lots of immersion. So you're welcome to check it out or watch the replay of this in the Facebook group. Are you in that Facebook group yet?
Not yet, but I will join.
Okay, shoot me a message if you can't find it. But awesome, glad you made it.
Me too. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Adios.
Adios.
Hasta-
Nos vemos.
Hasta lunes. Hasta luego.
Great workshop, Peter.
Yeah, it was
Yes,
great.
yeah.
Thanks. Two
Always.
times, twice in a row.
Okay.
You guys did it.
Yeah.
If you're watching this video, it means you really want to learn conversational Spanish, whether it's for dating, friendships, relationships, or just to immerse in the culture. I promise you, vale la pena. It's worth it. But I have to be honest with you. My workshops alone will not get you there. These are pieces in a much bigger puzzle. This is the easy part of the journey, the academic part. You need more. You need immersion. You need daily practice with native speakers who will help correct you and guide you, but also make it feel real. You need accountability, someone to keep track of you, keep you motivated, and make sure you're not falling behind. Those are the things that will give you confidence to go out there and talk to everyone. That's where the real learning begins. So if you want to be able to do this in the real world, let's chat. I'll show you why 99% of expats and travelers fail to ever get conversational. and why we succeed and how we're going to succeed specifically with you, with your life, your schedule, your level, your goals. Mention the secret word, vamos, for a limited lifetime guarantee, where if you join our program, we'll make sure you get to your goals at no extra cost. If you finish the program and you haven't reached your goals, you continue working with us for free. It's a guarantee. El español te va a cambiar la vida. Nos vemos pronto. Vamos.